Alrighty, so I just finished watching The Conjuring Last Rites about 7 hours ago or so. But here is just a quick spoiler-free initial thoughts on what I felt about this film. I am glad to see that it is doing well at the box office, which is something, whether you love a movie or you can't stand a franchise, is always a good thing for horror films, especially independent horror. But in order to fully express how I feel about this film, I'll talk briefly about how I feel about this whole IP in the Conjuring verse. I really like the first Conjuring. I think it's a great film. I love the second Conjuring. The Conjuring 2 is my favorite in the entire Conjuring verse. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I didn't care for that movie much at all. Then you have the Annabelle films. I don't like the original Annabelle. I do really like Annabelle Creation. That's my second favorite in the whole Conjuring verse. Annabelle Comes Home is all right. It's a fun movie. The Nun is terrible. And The Nun 2, even though an improvement in almost every department, still sucked. And then you have The Curse of La Llorona, which is barely connected to the Conjuring verse. It's just the priest, right? Who is the link between the movies. That's the only person. Father Perez, is that his name? So on average, I really only love 3 movies in this franchise, being The Conjuring 2, and Annabelle Creation. And even with all of these movies, not just those films, these are very, I don't want to say mainstream horror films, but basically, yeah. I mean, they're mainstream horror films targeted at the masses. And they all have a very predictable formula and predictable jump scares, and that's basically what led to all of these movies in this Conjuring verse declining in quality for the most part since the beginning. But I'm happy to say I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed The Conjuring Last Rites. I think this fully makes up for The Devil Made Me Do It. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga playing, as usual, the highly fictionalized version of the Warrens, which both of them are excellent actors, even though I always say I feel like Patrick Wilson always plays Patrick Wilson. Same thing here, basically. But Vera Farmiga, she has a insane range when it comes to acting. She is a phenomenal actress. But they do a great job as the Warrens, as usual, as you would expect. But I actually really liked some of the scares in this and some of the scary imagery. I generally really hate jump scares in horror, but there are some good ones here. There are some creepy moments. There are some tense scenes, which I feel was severely lacking in The Devil Made Me Do It, the 2 Nun films, most of the Annabelle films. They're not like insanely original jump scares and scares, but refreshing, I guess is the right word, for this franchise and for the formula for all of these films. I also really like the fact that this centers all around Judy, the Warrens' daughter. They show her birth at the beginning, and that plays a huge role in the whole story here. Then they flash forward. She gets engaged. I really liked the fiance. I think he did a very good job. I forgot the actor's name. The score is good. The cinematography is good. Those are things you should expect to be good from a movie like this. A huge studio production horror film in a franchise that's worth over $1 billion. These movies better look good, sound good, have good sound design, have good music. And thankfully, this does. But I really do like the emphasis on Judy's character and the actress who played her. Not the same actress from Annabelle Comes Home. I don't know if she'd be around the same age, that actress, as Judy's supposed to be in this movie, and maybe that's why they went with a different actress. Could be any reason, but she did a very good job. But if you know nothing about this movie, being a Conjuring fan, first, that's the best thing. Go in completely blind. That's how I like going into any movie. But if you want a short plot synopsis, Judy gets engaged, as I said, and she ends up getting involved with her parents' business in a way. After they swear off doing any cases, they take on one involving a large family that is experiencing really terrifying paranormal events. And Judy has been starting to see things in a clairvoyant type way, just like her mother does. So they explore her having the same kind of, psychic clairvoyant powers. Overall, very, very good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was much better than I expected it to be. And I would put this right with Annabelle Creation. So this may turn out being my fourth favorite in the Conjuring verse. So check out Conjuring Last Rites if you haven't yet.